What was your first impression when you decided to pull the trigger and make it Oklahoma this go around?
When I made it official, I think my first impression was probably how passionate the fans are. My phone was blowing up big time, but I'm familiar with the program, and growing up in Norman, I know what OU football is about and how the fans are, and it was just kind of everything that I had expected. It was really exciting, so I'm super thankful to be here.
You've had two portal journeys this time. What were you kind of looking for? What was that process like going from North Texas to Baylor, and then how was that different when you knew that you wanted to do it again?
Yeah, it's I don't know, going through it the first time, you're learning so much. Your head's kind of on the swivel, and you're just hearing from so many different people. The second time around, it was kind of, I knew what I was looking for, and knew what I was like listening for, and in these relationships and these talks and stuff, you kind of just find out what's important and what's not, and what you're looking for in a spot. And I just kind of used the experience I had learned from the first time around to guide me and make it a little easier on myself the second time around.
What were those things that, like, was there just one thing that you're like, I want this?
There wasn't one specific thing. It was probably just a strong relationship, and trust is the biggest thing that I'm looking for, especially being a one-year guy. I have 1 year left, and I got to make the most of it. So, I can't take a chance on anything. I want to do the best I can to make an informed decision. That's what my thinking going into the portal. And then, when OU reached out, and I have that prior relationship with Coach Luttrell, that familiarity, that trust, it's there. The rapport has been built over years, and I think that was just the biggest, thing for me, just being comfortable.
What was were those calls odd initially the first time of having your old coach recruiting you again almost?
Yeah, it was a little weird at first. It's just, I had talked about it earlier. It's just seeing like his name pop up on your phone again. It's like, wow, dang, all right, here we are, let's go. It's pretty cool. It's just nice to hear from him again, and it was cool to, just get to chop it up. It wasn't like some big recruiting spiel. It was just talking to an old friend. So it's good to be back with him, and the coaches here are awesome. Really enjoyed getting to know everybody. So.
What were your impressions of Joe John? I know you had the relationship with Seth.
Yeah. Joe John's been awesome. Really cool during recruiting. Laid out a really solid plan, and was honest throughout the whole thing. That's what you want, is just honesty, and a guy that knows ball and loves ball, and cares about his players, and he's just got a good personality. Just, I like how his coaching style, and it's been really good getting to learn from him these first, month and a half that I've been here, and I've really enjoyed getting to know him.
How special is it not just to have Seth, the guy you're familiar with, Joe John, a tight end guy, like two guys that no tight end H-back, that's tough to orchestrate the whole offense type thing.
Yeah, it's having that history that they have with like tight end usage. Joe John playing tight end, Coach Luttrell playing fullback, and how they've used them in the offenses that they've been a part of in the past. It's like, it's kind of a no-brainer. It makes you excited as a tight end, and I played for Coach Luttrell for 3 years. I know what to expect, and I'm excied to get after it.
How excited was the family to? You've always been around. It's like you've been too far, but to be right back.
I think it's priceless for them. I think they're so excited. It's really good to be back, and it's not like I was across the country, but at the same time I wasn't down the road. So it's been really nice to be able to see them more often, and when you get some free time, it's like you can spend it with people that you really like. You've missed a lot. Like, I haven't been able to be around my friends from back home, and my parents and stuff, and it's good to be able to see them again and be around Nate and Riley and my siblings, and it's really nice to be home. Familiar town and familiar faces.
Last one for me. A couple years ago, you and Varkey's had a really good job splitting up duties, both super involved. How big was that, knowing that you've been there and seen that multiple guys can kind of coexist with Devon, guys like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big deal. It's going to be a good, solid room, and lots of guys that contribute, and when you have that, competitiveness brings like the best out of everybody. And yeah, I've lived it. You can see that multiple guys can get production in the offense, and it's not a worry of mine. And it's I think I'm able to bring a lot of experience and help these younger guys transition. Same thing at Baylor. We had a really strong tight end room, and duties were split among all of us. When you have multiple guys that can play, you're not wearing anybody down too much, and you're able to stay fresh and keep defenses on their heels.